It's alive! It's alive!
Hey, hello everyone. I hope you are alive and well. I know I am, because we're going to get back into it. Just to get this out of the way right away, I did get a haircut. Yes, it is shorter. It is different. Well, today I got it like a few hours ago. This is like a brand new haircut, like brand new, as brand new as you can possibly get it. Hi, Ray and I love FNAF. Hello, hey guys. Hope you're ready to not talk to me some more. Talk amongst yourselves in chat. Yeah, we're gonna get back into Higurashi when they cry. I think when we left off, we got Colonel Sanders out of the trash, and Reina was taking it home, and then Tomitake was he's lurking about with his camera, taking pictures, whatnot, and there was a lot of concern over a hatchet, because Reina's walking around with a hatchet that we used to get out to get Colonel Sanders out of the wreckage or whatever the heck. And yeah, so that's just concerning. Somebody walking around with a hatchet, I guess. That's really about it, though, right? I don't know. There wasn't much else going on towards the end of the last time, but yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay, everybody. Once again, as per usual, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it and not really talk. I hope everybody had a good weekend, and yeah, that my voice changer,
it updated, so maybe I might sound potentially a little bit better with these. Oh, this one in particular was pretty good, I think. But, yeah, so hopefully you still sound pretty good. I think, like, hopefully. I don't know. I'm crossing my fingers that the update didn't screw anything up.
Anyway, did you cut your hair? I did today, a few hours ago, actually. Thank you for noticing. Hey, Caro, what's going on? Hey, hi, what's up? Oh, okay, well, I have to talk to Caro for a little bit now. So, Caro, I don't know if you've been following with any of my streams lately, but this is a visual novel, and once I'm in it, I'm not really talking to chat or anything. I'm just kind of more getting immersed in the story. So if you're gonna stay for a while, I might not get to talk to you for very much, but I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you could be here for a little bit. So good to see you. Did you also, Carol, did you watch the Bad Milo video? I know I brought it up last time. Did you get around to watching it? And if so, what'd you think? Was it everything you wanted and more? Was it one of the worst things you've ever seen in your life? What'd you think? Yeah, I really did like that movie. Thank you for the suggestion. I know I said that last time, but still. Yeah. It's okay, I wanted to say hi. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I'm glad you could. I have to refill this. Oh no, this has to be completely full if I'm gonna do this. All the voice acting and whatever. You know how it is. I'm gonna grab my pitcher of water. I'll be off screen for just a second. Okay, I'm back. I loved it. Yes, nice. I'm glad. I'm glad to see that you loved it. I wanted to see your reactions. Yeah, awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I really enjoyed making that video and whatever that. It was the in particular, I loved that one. I assumed there was a couple of things like in that video. There's a few things when I was making it. I was like, I bet Caro wants, like, when you're expecting to see my reactions to things, there was a few certain scenes that I was like, it's probably this that you want a reaction to. It's probably this and that. You know, specifically that one scene with the biting of the thing, the biting off of the thing, the butt thing. There's a lot of butt things in that movie. But the doctor butt thing in particular is the one that I was assuming that you wanted to see. Because those were some pretty crazy scenes and definitely elicited reactions for sure. To say the least, they elicited some reactions. It's very funny. Yeah. Yeah, that was such a fun movie. I really enjoyed it a lot. Maybe not 10 out of 10 like I joked about, but you know, it was still fun. Anyway, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you got to see it finally. After all these years of you bringing it up. Hell yeah. Anyway, I am gonna go ahead and get into this. And also, Caro, just so you're not scared, I have a voice changer on right now.
So that when I have to do a bunch of girl voices, I don't have to change my voice. I can just go to any one of these, and it's all good. So, just so you're not confused about that. I love FNAF. Bye. It's good to see you. I'm glad you could make it. Stop by, say hi, and have a good day. I hope you can make it back on Thursday. Thanks for stopping by. Nick, what? The voice changer? I assume. No, that's just me. Actually, it's me the whole time.
I'm just that good of a voice actor. That's it. There's nothing else at play here.
I can just change my voice on a dime. Isn't that awesome?
Anyway, yeah. Hopefully it adds to like the immersion. You know, you have each one of these as a character. You know what I mean? But anyway, awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. So, actually, one thing before. Yep, that. Sorry, I wanted it. I keep forgetting to take that off, the it's a live thing, and that's my bad. All right, chat is going to go off screen, and then I'm going to go off screen, and we're going to get into it, and you won't. I'll pop in sometime at some points, maybe, probably. I'm also meanwhile drawing. Nice. Draw it. Draw whatever it is you're drawing. Sweet. Come on, game. Okay. No, you're found. Okay, sorry. I was looking at the wrong screen. Anyway. Okay. Like I said, as we left off, there's just some questions of, get rid of this, of what the heck's happening. I can feel the turn coming. It's coming, you guys. I know I've been talking it up. The turn is coming. It's about to get a little, I don't know what you would call it. It's not rowdy. It's about to get a little fricked up, if you know what I mean. I mean, fricked up. Okay, I got to... Okay. We're right in it. Okay. And here we go.
How was it, Kei-chan?
So you went to Reina-san's house. Wasn't it amazing?
It's nothing like that, right? Right?
Unlike my house, the Ryugu residence wasn't newly constructed. It had been renovated from a pre-existing building. Well, the house itself was fine. The problem was the yard. There, it was crammed with rows upon rows of oddities. They were all the same as Colonel Sanders, stuff you'd see while walking around in town. The cake shop's mascot, Lil Licky. The Totalmon in front of the pharmacy. She even had the amazing flying elephant from the top of the department store. I'll agree with you that those are cute, but why the mailbox? Won't you get in trouble for that one?
But, it's so cute.
She must have just thought about it because her face is filled with delight. So it's the bigger the better. Just as long as it's big.
And Haru displays the smaller ones. I had a chance to see them before.
And cute kids like Rika-chan are locked away in the basement?
Yep. I'll keep anything. Cute.
So she takes anything she likes back to her nest. No ill will intended. Hey, Reina. You know about the Statue of Liberty in New York, right? Is that cute?
Yeah, cute. I want it.
The US should probably come up with some countermeasures ASAP. If not, the Statue of Liberty really will take a trip to Hinamizawa in the not-so-distant future.
My apologies for keeping you waiting.
Rika-chan had returned. No fun being called to the staff room. Did you do something?
How rude. Rika isn't a hoodlum like Keiichi-san.
Nothing like that, Keiichi-kun. Rika-chan is a member of the festival committee.
Festival? The school cultural festival or something?
Kei-chan, I already told you. It's the village festival. The Watanagashi.
Oh, come to think of it, she did say there'd be a festival in the shrine during the break. So what's this Watanagashi thing about? Is it like a floating lantern festival?
I guess the last part where you set things adrift in a river is similar.
Except we use cotton things, like old worn-out futons and padded cloaks. It's a festival expressing thanks for their years of service.
The people living in Hinamizawa dump their futons and padded cloaks in a stream? Sounds like it'd be a lot of trouble if it backed up the current. Maybe they should just drop some fish in and have a fish wrangling competition. Skewer them and sprinkle a little salt. Oh man, I could smell it already.
That's just summer camp. I never anticipated how destitute Keiichi-san's imaginative capabilities would be.
What? How could you tell I was thinking something silly?
It was written all over your face.
What sort of face have expressed? What sort of face could have Jesus Christ. Hi, Kai. Hello. Welcome. Good to see you again. I hope you're doing okay. Anyway, I'm just fucking up a line. Anyway. What sort of face could have expressed what I imagined just now? Reina demonstrated it for me. I see. No argument here.
It's nothing funny like that, you see. But you should still look forward to it.
Let's all go together. I'll come get you that day.
I don't really feel like going to festivals unless someone asks me to. I wouldn't get bored if these guys were going.
You won't get bored. We're doing it again this year.
Mion's proclamation came as she looked at each member in turn. What was all this about? From the way Mion looked, it was probably...
Our club's summer tradition. The Watanagashi 4-demon firefight.
That sounds awful. What kind of name is that?
I think it's a cute name, though.
I tried to object sharply, but since Reina looked happy about it, I decided it was pointless to fight it.
Since Keiichi is here this year, it becomes 5 demons.
Rika-chan made a small correction in the light of my presence. So, how does this funky-sounding club activity tie into the festival?
This is where you exhibit the skills you've nurtured through your daily club activities.
Exactly. We show the full extent of the abilities that the best of the best have obtained through our daily trials and tribulations.
But last year the mayor got angry, so we need to make sure not to cause any problems this time.
So basically, we're doing club activities while checking out the stalls.
Rika-chan is the only one who explains things so they make sense. I see. So we'll be exhibiting on those busy festival grounds. Reina was right, of course. That would be a reason for the mayor to get angry.
But it's lots of fun.
That was the only point I did not doubt. It would be, without question, fun. The day of the festival was drawing near.
Well, putting that aside for now, let's start our club activities today. Any objections?
Nay.
Nay. Yay.
Nay.
I had to get all of them. It says club members, okay? That's how that works. Anyway. Our voices rang out in unison.
When there's lots of people, card games really are the easiest to play. This is really the most basic of table games.
Playing with the marked deck again?
We'll use new ones today. There are no marks on the cards, so we're on equal footing.
I wonder if that really is the case. I will have to inspect them.
Well, that was fair. Just to be safe, everyone checked the cards.
Yes, these seem to be fine.
Are you all satisfied? Then today, I guess, we'll play presidents. That's good for 5 people.
Another standard card game. First one to get rid of all their cards wins. The basic rules: play a better card than the one before. You can play straights and pairs. There are various techniques that improve the game, like reversals, but because it's such a well-known game, there are lots of house rules for it as well. The name, for example. In my hometown, we call it Millionaire. I'd like to go over some details. Are the jokers wild? Can you make a reversal with three threes?
No jokers. 2 is the highest, and you can reverse a reversal. You can only make a reversal with 4 of a kind, not 3.
Also, you know how the peasant sends a good card to the president? None of that.
While I was confirming the familiar rules, Satoko looked over at me cautiously. I probably should have tried to look like more of an amateur. I was pretty used to this game. It's President, and it's with a new deck. Today, I might be able to win. I had the gist of the rules now, but that wasn't everything, was it?
So, what shall today's penalty be?
About that, why don't we all write something down on slips of paper and have the loser draw one?
Oh, that seemed like it could be interesting.
Oh, I'll write a nasty one and have Keiichi-san draw it.
It would be awful if you wrote a bad one and drew it yourself.
Just don't lose.
Don't you know best?
Mion handed out several slips of paper to everybody.
Then write down whatever and put it in this bag. When you lose, stick your hand inside and pick one out.
Now then, what would be a good penalty? Worst case scenario, you draw what you wrote. Something too intense would be like digging your own grave.
No penalty. Let's forbid that kind of idea from being written down.
Rika-chan's casual suggestion caused Mion's hand to lurch to a sudden halt.
That's so sneaky, Mion-san. She wrote no penalty and the corner of the slip is folded.
I see. Just in case you lost, just grab the note with the folded corner and you'd be safe. That was a good idea. Diabolical as ever, Mion. Rika-chan is quite formidable too, being able to see through that. I couldn't underestimate her even though she doesn't stand out.
Everyone, don't rate penalties that are too mean, okay?
Nobody agreed to Reina's proposal. Everyone was ruthless. It's fine, Reina. Just don't lose.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll try hard so everyone has to pick the penalty I write.
Reina was quite brutal even though she usually appeared meek. Better not underestimate her either. Ah! Sorry. I banged the shit out of my desk as I was reaching for my drink. Sorry.
I agree with that. I'm very curious what Reina's penalty is in particular. Everybody's penalties are scary.
I still don't know what Rika-chan's penalties would be like.
Basically, you can't afford to lose this game. Everybody here ready?
We all nodded determinedly. We all nodded determinedly. Having confirmed that, Mion dealt out the cards. Finally, the battle begins. I had a decent starting hand. Card after card was played in the middle. Not needing Mion to tell them, both Rika-chan and Satoko played their cards without hesitation. Reina and I were the only ones who paused to think. It seemed that Reina genuinely couldn't make up her mind, but I was different. I was like a shark stalking its prey, just waiting for the right time to strike. Huh? Will this work? Then I'll play this 3 and I'm out.
9. Nobody? 8. 7? I'm out.
5 and 5. I'm out.
Then I'll discard this last one and I'm out.
Bah, I missed my chance.
The loser of the first round was of all people Mion. And now I was certain. Today, I could win.
Now then. Mi-chan, pull out one of the slips, okay?
Mion, accepting her defeat, scrounged around inside the bag and pulled out a piece of paper.
Ugh. Who did this? Who wrote this?
Mion quivered and shrieked.
What is it? What is it? Oh,
Reina was also surprised when she peeked at it. What kind of terrible thing was written on it? Pet the principal on the head. Hey, wait. How is this bad?
Teiji-san, do you not understand? The principal is ashamed of his thinning hair.
Satoko yelled with a serious look on her face, but she wasn't as loud as Mion's shriek. What could it be?
The principal is a martial arts master. He boasts about traveling around the world perfecting his skills when he was younger.
he switched to teaching after seeing the poor state of education in Japan after the war.
He was inhuman. Pet that guy's head?
As the club president, there is no way I can set a bad example by refusing. Phew. Yeah.
She bellowed out a yell as she dashed. She bellowed out a yell as she dashed off down the hallway. Wouldn't it have been easier to sneak out quietly and try to do it without making a fuss?
Probably impossible. They say he used to hunt sea slugs just by sensing their presence.
I could do nothing but wait with bated breath. Kerpow! A rumble shook the classroom.
The principal's special launcher move just started.
Zashing! Kaboom! Following the launcher with a jab, jab, strong, fierce combo. He's even using meter. From how it sounded, the principal's jumping fierce sounds like a multi-hit combo.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Nothing I could do now except stay calm. I understand now why there are no delinquents at this school. After a few moments of silence, Mion slumped back to us.
Headed. Is that good enough?
Mion said before collapsing.
She's alive, at least. Now we can continue the game.
That monster.
I was amazed the person who made club activities like these could say that.
But now, the worst penalty is gone now, right? Right?
Reina tried to lighten the mood and was only met with Mion's malicious grin. She was serious now.
I'm not holding back anymore. You'll all regret yours. You'll all get yours.
The pace of the game became bizarrely quick. I could tell the game had gotten more intense.
Ace. 3, 4, 5. I'm out.
I'm out as well.
I'm out too.
3. I'm out now.
Eek, I lost.
And the heavens chose to vanquish Reina.
What kind of penalty, I wonder? What kind of penalty, I wonder?
It wasn't exactly hard for her to be worried. Just thinking of the level of difficulty of Mion's first penalty still made me quiver. And so, the penalty she drew with trembling fingers was... The heck was this? Speak like a maid?
What is this? This one. What do I need to do?
So basically, it means that you have to use the same expressions as a maid.
Okay. Master?
It hit me like a ton of bricks. I had no idea who wrote that penalty, but she was awesome. Then, Reina, can you shuffle the cards and deal?
Yeah, yes, Master.
Ah, I could just die right now. Anyway, let's continue. Right, Reina?
Yes, Master.
The eagerness to which I was goading Reina into addressing me as master was downright impressive, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. I won't lose anymore. I'm out.
I shan't lose either. I'm out.
Then with that, I'm out too.
I can't believe it. Is it Reina's loss again?
Reina again? What kind of penalty would it be this time? I was delighted by the mysterious sense of anticipation. Anticipation? No, this was conviction. Remove one item of clothing from the top and bottom halves of your body. That's just indecent. Who could have written this? My face reddened in anger. If I didn't yell something out, I wouldn't be able to hide my shaking. Who did write that? God, please give that man a Nobel Prize.
That would be an ignoble prize.
Not good, not good. What I was thinking about was written on my face.
Oh, Mechon.
Reina begged Mion with teary eyes, but everyone knew Mion's answer already.
Nope, won't go easy on you. You lost, so take it like a man.
Understood, Master. I'll undress.
What? I looked around thinking someone else would probably stop her. Of course, I wasn't exactly trying to stop her either. Then I heard the rustling of clothing. The sound of her skirt hitting the ground sent my heart racing.
Is this fine, Master?
I looked away like a gentleman. But these club activities, you needed to be ruthless after all. Sorry, that was KG.
Keiji-san, whatever were you expecting? Certainly we would not have her strip if she weren't wearing her PE clothes underneath.
Satoko poked fun at me, but right now I can't hear it.
Not bad, Kei-chan. This old man never even thought you would go after her like that.
You got it wrong. I didn't write that one.
The Master didn't write this one?
Her squirming around in her PE clothes made it impossible for me not to feel anything. Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. Mion probably wrote that one and planned to go after me as I panicked. You can't fall for her trap after knowing it's a trap. Clear your head. Calm down and assess the situation. I was determined to think my way out of this, and the answer was quite simple. I win! I then become a god. I, who had already entered the domain of godhood, what would dare stand in my way? It was like they were pulled to me magnetically. Magnetic. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. I'm gonna take a drink and then start that line over. It was like they were pulled to me magnetically. I was picking up aces and twos like nobody's business.
Eek! How could my luck of a draw be so bad?
Satoko lost, right? I'll draw the penalty. Speak like a little sister.
Fine. It's out. Fine. Ori-chan.
Yes. The pleasure of making this brat disgrace herself.
God, this old man loses again.
Mion's lost, right? I'll draw it out. Wear a girl's school swimsuit.
No, that's the one I wanted Tae-chan to get.
Yes! Mion's despair was like sweet honey.
Master, I lost again.
Reina lost. I'll draw it for you. Let the person in the first place rest their head on your lap.
In this outfit? Master.
Yeah! She's not wearing a skirt, so it's her bare legs.
Eek! Ori-chan, you're too good. Sniffle.
Satoko lost again. I'll draw it. Obey the person in first place. How about I have you give me a shoulder massage?
Fine, Oni-chan.
Come on, do it a bit harder. Don't use your nails. I had transformed into an evil dictator and couldn't be doing any better. It felt like I could control how the cards played out in my mind, and even decide what suits would appear just by willing it. By the time I realized it, I had already assembled a harem. I was laughing haughtily as I rested my head on Reina, who was now a bloomer-clad maid. Satoko was wearing a collar, and I had taken on little sister properties. Mion was fanning me while wearing a school swimsuit.
Today is Master's overwhelming victory, isn't it? Yeesh. Please refrain from moving your head around so much.
I began to think, why does man have no end to his desires? How could I wish for more than this palace of dreams?
What is it, Keiichi?
I'm saddened by the thought of a man having no end to his desires. That was it. Rika-chan hadn't been in first, but she continued to escape being last.
Keiichi is quite greedy. It said you should know when enough is enough.
I know that very well, but how to say it? I feel like I wouldn't mind if I died right now.
Yeesh. Master, please refrain from moving your head around. Yeesh.
You say you wouldn't mind dying. Then that can be arranged.
Rika-chan said it in her usual calm manner with a cheery tone. This was undoubtedly a declaration of war.
Go, Rika-chan. Go. Take him out.
Defeat this archdouble of perversion. I might not be able to win, but I'll beat him.
Such stoicism from this little girl who's always hidden away in Satoko's shadow. It would probably be rude not to meet her head on. I shall face you myself, little one. I saw Mion swap a few cards with Rika-chan in the middle of the game, but pretended I didn't see it. Do you believe you can defeat Keiichi-sama with just that?
Two. Ace, ace, ace. 8, reversal.
Everyone looked over at me. I was still brimming with confidence. The four of them have allied against me. That's it. You're making me laugh. That was good. Reversal, reversal.
What? How could such a thing be?
Satoko let out a shriek. You simpletons. Using up all of her cards before calling the reversal left Rika-chan with no good cards. She was defeated soon after.
I lost.
Finally, you fall into my clutches. Now I'll pick one out. What? Oh, that was. I thought that was a laugh. I think it was a exclamation instead. Wear cat ears, a bell collar, and a tail. Even the penalties were as I wished. Rika-chan hung her head and equipped the 3 holy artifacts. It's questionable as to why such things were in Mion's locker, but since I had no objections, I didn't ask. Oh, this was so... I felt like I had become Reina. This was definitely cute.
Cute, isn't it? Isn't it? I want to take her home.
That wasn't me talking, that was the actual Reina.
Me.
As Rika-chan mimicked a cat, teary-eyed, rings of smoke escaped from Reina's ears with an audible poof.
Rika-chan must take home. Taking her home. Just for a while. I won't do anything strange. Nothing strange.
I see. I still have one trick left.
Mion gasped and dropped her fist into her open palm. Clenched her fist into an open palm? Did I misread that? I might have.
If Reina must, she can take me home. After Reina-san beats Keiichi-san, she can.
They thought that Reina was cute mode. They thought that Reina in cute mode would be able to defeat me. Would it be that easy? Opposing me was the same as opposing God. I'd teach them their place. How preposterous that Reina can't defeat me. For a moment, I didn't know what was going on. The 52 cards danced and flowed freely between Reina's hands like machinations of a master magician. In the middle of those flowing cards, Reina's ecstatic expression, her head bobbing around.
Shall we? Keiichi-kun? Hurry.
My whole body knew it already. I was going to lose.
No play? Nothing to play, Kei-chan? Then with this, I'm out.
Everyone cheered. I was spent. Phew. I've got no regrets. God, thank you for letting me dream a little.
Yeah, then, I'll take one out. Keiichi-san's penalty. This is it.
Everybody peeked at it in unison, gazes flicking between the text in my face. All day today, I did as I pleased. I'll do whatever it is. What's on there?
All.
Huh? Every penalty up until now. What the heck?
Keiichi-san, should you not be speaking like a little brother?
Yes, Oni-chan.
This is quite a dick day. Next, I'll have you rub my shoulders.
Keiichi-kun, I don't need the lap pillow, so do that other one, okay?
Yeah, yes, master.
Keiichi-kun, that's so cute. Say it again, say it again.
You, please spare me, master. Obsi, hello. Obsi, hello, welcome. Reina passed out with a squeal, blood spewing from her nose like a fountain. My dignity was being trampled more than a communal doormat.
Next is from this old man. I'm going to have you fan me for a good long while, you know?
Foosh, foosh.
Oh, almost forgot. You need to wear this, don't you? The school swimsuit.
This is for girls. Can't I wear one of the one for boys?
It was clearly written here. Wear a girl's school swimsuit, as you can see.
Satoko was like a loan shark. A loan shark? Did I say that? Is that right? A loan shark. Interesting. Okay, anyway. Actually, me trying to escape reality as fast as humanly possible was pretty adorable, if I do say so myself. But whose school swimsuit am I going to wear? If I were wearing one of yours, you wouldn't like that, right?
Ah, this old man doesn't care about that kind of stuff at all. Think of it as a little benefit. I'm not that in shape, so I think even Kei-chan can fit into it.
The executioners surrounded me, wagging their fingers. No! My first thought, it's tight around the waist. Second thought, the chest area was pretty loose. Third thought, the crotch was...
Keiichi-kun is bending forward. Cute, cute.
You'll be ready after you wear the cat ears, bell, and tail.
Kei-chan, wanna look in the mirror? It's amazing, really. It's probably best if you look.
The CERN scientific calculating nature mixed in with her fascination made Mion very scary. I would like to respectfully decline, Master.
Your ensemble is complete. If only we could send you home dressed like that.
Then, is this enough? I'll change and... While I was saying that, Mion placed her hands on my shoulders and Rika-chan slipped up behind me without a sound.
Not yet, Keiichi. There's still the first penalty left.
In this getup? Rika-chan patted my head without saying a word. Excited for this one. Anyway. Sir, excuse me.
Yes, please come in.
I stepped forwards into the principal's office. My bell collar jingled adorably. The principal froze solid with a smile on his face as he saw me. I couldn't blame him. In this sacred place of study, specifically in his office, though I said excuse me as I entered, the sight of a person entering with a school swimsuit, cat ears, a collar, and a tail, and for it to be a young male student, without a doubt, any normal person's psyche would have stopped cold. But this could be explained. We'll call it uncanny valley camouflage, if you will. When humans see others, they can only begin to act after confirming this is human. Meaning that if he could not comprehend what was in front of him, then in these moments before he could begin to fully process the situation, his mind was completely blank. This was my one and only chance for victory. My penalty, rubbing the principal's head. Principal, I challenge you. Zing. Sound echoed loudly. He went straight for the special move. The principal said one thing to me. What does it mean to be a man? And in a heartbeat, boof! That tremor resounded throughout Hinamizawa Twilight. The Hinamizawa Twilight. Excuse me. Keiichi got his ass kicked. Lol. Reina was given permission to caress Rika-chan's head as much as she wanted, so they headed home together very pleased. Once again, today, it was just Mion and I going home.
Man, that was intense. I didn't know Payton was so good at president.
No, I was more surprised than anyone. If I was playing with guys, I wouldn't have been that strong. But still, it was pretty bad. Being carried off on a stretcher in that outfit will probably haunt me until the day I die.
But that's fine, isn't it? You were able to do something to boast about for the ages, too.
Well, when she says it like that, we both smiled at each other. Tometake, oh, Jesus Christ, I read his name. What a fucking idiot. Sorry. Oh, we meet again, Keiichi-kun. It was Tometake-san. It felt like I'd been running into him quite often.
Hey, take any good pictures?
Well, a few. So... Tometake-san suddenly leaned over and whispered into my ear. You sure get around. Today you'll already have a different girl? It's not like that. No need to hide it. It's important to get lots of experience when you're young. Because Tometake-san let out such a crude laugh, Mion knew what we were talking about without even hearing us whispering.
I've heard through the grapevine that Mr. Tometake isn't doing so badly himself. Hmm?
No, that wasn't my intention.
Sure. Keep up the good work and take plenty of pictures. See ya.
Mion seemed to really want to get rid of this lout quickly. From the way she spoke, it seemed as if Mion knew Tometake-san quite well.
How's the year treating you, mister? Staying until the Watanagashi?
Yep, plan to. After photographing the festival, I plan on heading back to Tokyo.
Being a photographer sure is easy. Be sure to win some big awards and become famous. You spent all your best years on photography, after all.
I don't think I'm that far gone. Don't they say men start developing their own unique flavor in their 30s?
What does it matter what you taste like? That's called growth.
Oh, look at the time. I need to get back in the inn before it gets dark. Tometake-san began to take his leave with a dry laugh. It did look like he was outmatched by Mion. Now then, I'll see both of you at the festival. After waving a hand cheerfully, Tomitake-san disappeared amidst the cries of the Higurashi.
The way he's going, he probably won't ever get famous. I had him promise he'd display a picture of me if he ever opened up a gallery, but I don't think that'll ever happen.
So you know Tomitake-san?
Yeah, he's an acquaintance of sorts. But you know how easy it is to tell who's an outsider.
It sounded like you meet him all the time.
Tomitake-san comes around to Hinamizawa regularly, maybe 2-3 times a year. He says he's taking pictures of the seasonal scenery and wild birds, but, well, those photos really are nothing to phone home about.
The image Mion painted of Tomitake-san was fairly unique. The Tomitake-san I knew was more mysterious. The words flowed naturally from my mouth. I wonder if he's really here to take pictures of birds. Mion stared blankly at me as if to ask, why do you say that? It just seems he's here for something other than taking pictures, I think. Don't you get that feeling? Like about that incident? This dismemberment?
Oh, you too? If so, you've got good instincts, Kei-chan.
She agreed with what I thought, but was quite chipper in how she said it. You knew about it then, Mion.
Of course, he might be able to pull one over on everyone else, but he can't fool this old man.
Mion was posturing pretentiously, but I had easily come to a very different conclusion from what she was imagining. It felt like all apprehensions I had about Tomitake-san disappeared, lifting a burden off my shoulders. I was finally able to appreciate how clear the evening sky over Hinamizawa was. I exhaled everything in my lungs and inhaled just as much. It smelled like dusk.
What is it, Kei-chan?
It's just that I never thought the cries of the Higurashi could feel this good.
What gotten into you all this sudden, Kei-chan?
We both continued to giggle, not knowing why. I wonder what Reina is doing. I bet she's getting her fill of Rika-chan by now.
He's probably in the middle of asking her over so she can treat her to dinner.
It'd be great if she's able to take her home.
I wonder. Rika-chan is pretty good at that stuff.
Yeah, I feel the same. That head-petting penalty was probably from Rika-chan.
I thought so too. The only one who could get away with patting his head is Rika-chan after all.
Just pointless chit-chat. The hot day felt like it was being cooled down by the cries of the Higurashi. Jack-san, hello, welcome. I'm not sure what you were talking about, referring to, we've all done that at some point. That seems probably a while ago. Sorry, I missed it. Anyway, there is another chapter done. I got an achievement, A Fate Worse Than Death. That's it? Whoa. I think the description on it was have your luck run out? I didn't get to read the description, but I think that's what it said. Oh god. Oh god. So, does that mean we're screwed this next chapter? Maybe. I mean, we'll find out in just a moment, but I gotta drink a little bit. Oh yeah, here, why don't I... Where's my... Oh. I don't have my phone, so I have to boot myself into existence another way. Boop. There we go. Hello. Alright, another chapter down. In chapter 1, again, we're gonna do one more before we call it quits today. I have a question. What's your question, Ray? Also, I'm restreaming it. I should probably put chat back on screen too. Can't expect teenagers like them to make good decisions. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, that was I wanted to make a comment like about how they were playing that card game and all the penalties were like they were like sexual. It's like felt kind of weird reading all of that stuff, but you know, teenagers, you know how they be. Yeah. Again, Ray, I wonder if you're probably typing your question. I'll let you ask before I move on to the next one. Does the game thingy also get like the anime? Because I saw a vid of the anime and I think it was about Rika smashing Satoko with a chair. Oh, so like, you're asking like if this game... So there is an anime of this. I've talked about that. I've seen season 1 of this anime. That's as far as I know for the story. I don't know how closely the anime resembles this. I think it was pretty close, maybe. I don't know, but yes, there is an anime for this adaptation of this game, if that's what you're referring to. It was really good. It was really good too. That's why I wanted to play it, because I saw the anime. But don't worry, I don't think that part is canon. the raunchy card game. I mean, whatever. It's over now. We don't have to worry about it again. Maybe. I don't know. Unless they go round 2, I suppose. I sent the vid I saw on Discord. Okay, I will check it out after the stream, I guess. But I guess... I mean, I don't remember a part in the anime where... What was it? Rika smashing Satoko with a chair? I don't remember that part in the anime. I wouldn't doubt it. That seems like something that would happen. I don't remember it. It's been so long since I've seen it. I only remember a few key things that happen, like specific things. Like they stick with me for a reason, but I don't remember Rika ever smashing Satoko with a chair. Again, that could happen. That sounds right. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, I'm gonna take one more drink and then get into the next chapter here. All right, so I'm gonna boot me back out as well as chat here. And where the hell am I? Where am I? There I am. Boop. Boom. I meant the chair thing. Kroga. Hello. Okay. Hello and welcome. I'm gonna start this next chapter. So, you stick around, I'll probably talk to you by the end. Ahem. A few days passed since the incident. During that time, either Mion was busy or Rika-chan had to help with the festival preparations, so we couldn't get everybody together for the club activities. Even though I thought I would never want to participate again after the years it shaved off my life each time, not having it only made my heart grow fonder. I really am not honest with myself. Today, we finally had our club activities again. These weren't the same old club activities. It was called the Watanagashi 5 Demon Firefight, and it was one of the biggest events in the club. Keiichi, does yukata still fit you? Can you try it on for a second? Mom pulled out an old dusty yukata. Nah, I don't need a yukata. Those are embarrassing, so I'll just go in my normal clothes. But this is a festival. Wear it, okay? Reina and the others said regular clothes are just fine. If I was the only one wearing a yukata, it'd be even more embarrassing. I put on the same old vest as usual. I'll be going with Reina and the others, so you don't need to worry about me. Is that so? I'll be going with Dad when he wakes up. Dad let out a loud snore from the sofa. From how it looks, he must have pulled an all-nighter last night. He just finished sending his manuscript, so he might not wake up for a while. It seems my dad writes for art magazines sometimes too. I've never read it though. I wonder if my dad is a really famous artist. As his son, it's a bit strange for me to say, but I can't imagine he's selling all that well. But he's able to feed a family of 3, and my life isn't exactly full of hardships. Maybe he's actually a master painter, and I just never knew it.
Keiichi-kun, are you home?
Uh-oh, it was already time. I didn't want them coming here, so I was planning on leaving early and waiting outside. Oh my, it's Reina-chan. Thank you for always looking after Keiichi.
Ma'am, he's also been looking out for...
Why are you blushing from meeting my mom? Don't get all flustered. This feels so awkward. Let's go, Reina. Since Reina would continue to space out if I left her here, I grabbed her hand and dragged her out. Reina-chan, look after Keiichi for me.
Yes, ma'am. Even if it means I must sacrifice myself.
Then why don't you do it right now? She waved back even as I was dragging her away.
Okay, Kei-chan, you hungry today? We'll take care of that at these stalls.
You thought I'd let myself get full knowing the club activities will involve the stalls?
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Where are Rika-chan and Satoko? Are they already at the temple?
Yep, Rika-chan's a festival committee member after all. Satoko-chan is probably with her as well.
I see. All right. Let's make some noise today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were already in high spirits with just the 3 of us there. It was way more lively at the Farood Shrine than the last time I came, far exceeding my expectations. Throngs of people were crammed between rows of market stalls lined with colorful paper lanterns. Despite that, it was actually quite enjoyable. There sure are lots of people here. I can't believe they all live in Hinamizawa.
Everybody attends the Watanagashi. I think about half the village is here.
It's not just that. Municipal and youth councils from neighboring towns and villages advertise this event as well.
That's right. There aren't that many students at our school, but there's lots of kids here today.
It just doesn't feel like a festival unless there are kids running around after all.
That's true. I agree.
Hello and good evening.
These 2 knew everybody we came across. Of course, I greeted them as well, but I still wasn't familiar with everybody yet. Oh, Reina-chan! Thanks for the food you brought me a while back. My son loved it. He said it was delicious.
It was nothing at all. I'm glad you liked it. Say hello to Kazuma-sakun for me, please.
Hey! If it isn't Sonozaki Oju-chan. American, I'm sorry. Oju-chan, I'm in charge of the stand again this year, so make sure you come visit.
Props, have you gotten fatter? Oh, Pops. Pops, have you gotten fatter? You'll end up having a heart attack with a gut like that.
Oh, this kid here is new. Are you one of her underclassmen?
He's one of my members, an upcoming hopeful. If you cross him, he could crush your stand in one night.
You've got little Missy seal of approval, I see. Hope you take it easy on me. As you can imagine, Mion was chatting away with the old guys running the stalls.
Mi-chan is really energetic after all. She's really popular with the older men.
I think Reina is pretty popular too, being cute and all. That was, of course, so long as her little condition didn't flare up. But as long as she's blushing quietly, she's pretty cute.
I'm popular with some people. Really? Really?
With some people. I evaded giving her a straight answer, but roughly tousling her hair.
The stall keepers came all the way from town. It's not really a festival without them after all.
All. So we're going to mess with them now? I don't care what kind of match it is. I'm going to win it.
Oh yes, I'll try too.
Hey, you're all very late. It's unacceptable to keep a lady waiting, Keiichi-san.
Oh, my bad. So where is this lady I've kept waiting? So where is this lady I've kept waiting?
Oh, wait, did you just say?
Alright, Satoko was in top form as well. Seemed she was all excited about being able to get everybody in the club together for the first time in a while.
Whoa, Rika-chan, cute.
Reina let out an elated sigh. It seemed that the real lady had made her appearance.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Keiichi as well.
Ooh, looking good. You're looking sharp again this year.
Cute. Gotta take you home.
Rika-chan was wearing a shrine maiden outfit. Yep. Reina's little outburst was completely understandable. Rika-chan's clothes sure look like the real deal. Is that a real shrine maiden outfit?
My grandmother made them by hand. They're quite authentic.
Rika-chan has an important role to play at the end of the festival, so she's wearing this.
I see. Rika-chan was on the executive committee because she performed all the shrine maiden rituals for the festival.
My work is only during the finale of the festival, so I can still play for a while. So we cannot afford to waste any time. Let us begin.
Alright. It felt good to wander around the festival with just the 5 of us. Neon called everyone over to stand and caught our attention and proposed a rather odd competition.
Tobiyaki eating race. Everyone has to buy their own. Ready? Go.
A standard in vendor stalls, the Takayoki... God dang it. The takoyaki. Got it. I'll try that one again. A standard in the vendor stalls, the takoyaki stand. What was especially standard for these kinds of events was the fact that they were simply balls of dough. Takoyaki in name only. It burns!
Are you okay, Keiichi-gun? Have some water.
Yeah, am I? Eating those scalding takoyaki whole is suicide.
I guess the trick is to buy the ready-made ones that have been left there for a while.
They really don't taste good.
The stall next to it was a shaved ice stand. It was still a bit too early in the season for that, but right then it didn't matter. Let's do shaved ice this time. It's shaved ice eating race. Ready? Go.
Shaved ice eating race? I can't.
As long as you can melt it a bit with your body heat, then it's so cold.
Not smart. This old man ordered it with plenty of syrup. It'll melt quickly when it's mixed up.
Those stooges were too late. The moment they chose to tackle it head on was their first downfall, was their downfall. Phew, I finished.
Okay, K-chan is done. That was too fast.
It couldn't be. Keiichi-kun, you didn't add water from the goldfish tank behind you, did you?
That can't taste very good.
Next to that was another old favorite, a cotton candy stand.
Why don't we do this one next? Of course, it's a speed eating contest.
Hey, how do you eat cotton candy quickly? How?
On Satoko's mark, Mion, Satoko, and I all compressed the cotton candy with our bare hands. The time it took to stick the whole thing in our mouths, 3 seconds.
I expected Satoko to figure it out, but I didn't think K-chan would too.
I can't have you treating me like I'm a newbie forever, can I?
It won't taste very good.
Rika-chan had also crushed it between her hands and stuck it in her mouth.
This is probably the only place in Japan where people eat cotton candy like that.
I think only Reina's cotton candy was happy with how it was eaten. But it felt like we'd end up doing stuff like eat noodles through the nose contest or human watering pump at the goldfish scoop at the rate things were going.
This old man will probably still win too.
And simply no match for Mion-san when it comes to eating repulsive things.
Yeah, seriously.
What's up with you guys? Are you telling me you don't want to have a blue Hawaii topped yakisoba eating contest?
Shake, shake. Both Satoko and I shook our heads in unison.
Can we have a game that doesn't involve food this time, can we?
Reina's proposal was a godsend. It was about time we played a different kind of game. It also seemed like neither Reina nor Rika-chan were any good at speed eating or gorging themselves.
Okay, Reina. I'll let you pick out the next game. Anything is fine.
Well then. I'm going to be the judge. Find cute things on the festival grounds. You have 1 minute.
Fine by me. I know exactly what Reina likes.
Alright, I think I can win with that.
Ready? Go. Oh? Why aren't Keiichi-kun and Rika-chan starting? Why not?
Mion and Satoko dashed off madly, but Rika-chan and I calmly stayed right where we were.
Could it be? You've already found it. The cute thing?
We've already found it. Keiichi too?
Yeah.
What is it? I can't wait.
Both Rika-chan and I stood motionless for those moments before Mion and Satoko returned. This is probably the first time we've gone head-to-head like this.
It will be the first.
Rika-chan, you expect to win with that, huh?
I am a member of this club as well. Win by any means is our society's third rule.
Rika-chan sneered to the best of her ability. You're on. Both Mion and Satoko came back, each with their own plan of attack stuffed in their arms.
Okay then. Let's go in order. Let's start with the club president, Michan.
Too bad, you guys. I'm ending this now. This old man brought this.
Where did she get those? They were old diamond-shaped tin signs.
Sled curry, snake oil, incense, nostalgic tin signs from the old days. How about this?
That's very understated. A little too understated, Mion. I used to see those stuck up on barbed wire fences. They were more nostalgic than cute. Can you explain what part of that is cute? But there were puffs of smoke noisily shooting out of Reina's ears and nose, almost like a steam train. I didn't get it.
I shall be up next. Who's this?
It was the hand-drawn poster from the Ladies Society's roasted corn stall. It was a really bad sketch done by a housewife. An anthropomorphic roasted corn drawn without any sort of real plan. Its very existence invited a sense of sorrow to the viewer. Weep. This was the sound of blood jetting out from Reina's nose. It seemed to have been rated higher than Mion's. I really didn't get it. It feels like your artistic sense is a little avant-garde, but by about 5 eons.
Those were nothing but mass-produced signs, after all. They had no chance against something hand-drawn.
I couldn't even begin to follow the way those guys were thinking.
Then I will be next.
Next is Rika-chan, is it? What can you even do without anything?
Did you and Satoko both forget? If Rika-chan felt like it, she could simply... After moving back about 10 yards, she began waddling up to Reina. Seeing that, both Mion and Satoko gasped.
Oh, no!
Too late. Rika-chan tripped over nothing and lay motionless after falling down. Reina hurried over to her.
Well, Rika, are you alright? Alright?
Rika-chan had a lump on her forehead and tears welled up in her eyes. Only her fingers peeked out from her sleeves. This was the vital part. The palms of her hands were covered by her sleeves. She made just a single sound.
Beef!
Cute, going to take you home.
I completely forgot about that. That play that I personally had to use.
Reina's face went completely red, her head bobbing back and forth with excitement. She embraced Rika-chan and began rubbing her cheek against her. I'd expect no less from her. Not a single element was overlooked. She's tiny, shrine maiden, brink of crying, meep. It was perfect. A simple trip transcended into pure mo. Now this is what you call art.
Pei-chan has a pretty weird definition of art.
I'll just pretend the sharp sting of those words cutting through me like a razor was a figment of my imagination. Rika-chan turned her gaze to me with a daunting smile as she was caressed by Reina, who was in full cute mode.
Now, Keiichi, can you beat me?
That cold smile is frightening, Rika-chan. It must just be my imagination, but I see a demon inside her sometimes.
Pei-chan seems to have his own plan of attack. I wonder what he's going to show her.
also wish to observe the play Keiichi-san will make. Could it be? Is Keiichi also going to give a performance?
I basked in her pointed stare, in their pointed stares. I pulled Reina, who gave no sign of canceling out of cute mode, away from Rika-chan.
The cute thing. The Keiichi-kun, let go.
I'll show you something even cuter. Just hold on for now.
Huh? Oh, something even cuter?
But it's a bit too crowded here. Let's go back there. Reina looked very surprised as I pulled her behind the shrine.
I cannot fathom what Keiichi-san could possibly be planning.
Kei-chan wouldn't stoop to... No. Would he?
Keep on fighting. Yeah.
After a bit, I returned. And a bit after that, so did Reina, dragging her feet.
There's no way that scoundrel, Kei-chan, did something to innocent little Reina.
Mion and Satoko passed by me, heading straight to Reina.
Well, what exactly did he do to you?
For a moment, Reina was too dazed to realize someone was talking to her.
It's me-chan.
Reina, are you alright? Did Kei-chan do anything to you?
No, he didn't do anything strange to me.
This is quite severe. Exactly what did Keiichi-san show you?
It was so cute.
Cute. What did he show you, Reina?
Reina let out a really long huh. Her eyes sparkled as she spoke.
Cute. So cute. It was Keiichi-kun's furry little seal.
Wham! Whomp! In the blink of an eye, Mion and Satoko's elbow smashed into my face.
What?
Showing Reina something so dirty.
You sick pervert! I shall have you beaten into oblivion.
Wait. You've got it all wrong. A dark, billowing aura flowed from Mion and Satoko. It was no good. They're gonna kill me.
Nichan, I'm not sure what's going on, but you've got it all wrong. You see, Keiichi-kun had...
It's a fur seal keychain.
Rika-chan stuck her hand into my pocket and pulled out my keychain.
Eh?
He said he made it a long time ago for one of his summer school assignments. He said he doesn't show it other often because it's embarrassing.
Yeah, so small and cute. He tried his best to make it, so it's wonderful.
Oh. This old man thought you meant there was AIDS.
I'd expect no less from Mion-san. You misconstrue things in the wildest ways.
They slung insults at each other and looked like they were ready to tear into each other at any second. I beg of you, if I'm in the clear, would you mind getting off me? We were interrupted by the flash of a camera. Hey guys! You all seem energetic as usual. It was Tometake-san. As I lay crumpled on the ground, Mion and Satoko continued to bicker above me. Rika-chan was patting me on the head, and Reina was still in cute mode. It was probably quite a lively scene.
It's a fine evening indeed. Although it's rather poor etiquette to photograph a lady without her permission.
That's right. At least you don't really need Satoko's permission. Ugh. Satoko dug her heel into me.
Good evening. You're heading back tomorrow, aren't you? Were you able to take lots of good photos?
Yeah, thanks for asking. I got plenty of good shots.
Tonight's the last we can see old Momitake-sama, isn't it? It's such a shame. Hurry up and have your major breakout soon.
Just as rude as ever, aren't you? I really am sad I won't be able to hear that voice of yours for almost half a year.
Be sure to have as much fun as you can tonight. You'll be back in Tokyo tomorrow, after all.
That's true. It'll be another 6 months until I can enjoy another night where I can see the stars. Tomitake-san looked up at the night sky cheerfully. At that moment, even though he was smiling, I sensed a bit of sadness. Why don't you move here, Tomitake-san? In Hinamizawa? Tomitake-san was speechless. It's not very convenient here. No shops or recreational spots. There might not be anything really here, but, you know. Everyone knew what I was trying to say. Tomitake-san was also well aware. So Reina, Mion, Satoko, and Rika-chan, none of them butted in. I've only been here for less than a month, so I don't really know everything about it. Normally, I'm a really talkative guy, but in situations like this, I'm at a loss for words. Even though all this was happening in such a boisterous setting, it felt like all the background noise was fading into the distance. This place is probably... Tomitake-san rested his hand on me gently, silencing me. Thank you, Keiichi-kun. Mion-chan and Reina-chan, Satoko-chan and Rika-chan. Tomitake-san's smile was so slight it looked as if it was going to crumble at any minute, but it was warm. I also think it would be great if I could live here. Those might have been cruel words coming from a kid who didn't need to worry about working to feed himself. A hand touched my back. It was Reina.
Keiichi-kun, you shouldn't pick on adults. It's not nice.
The background clamor of the festival returned.
We won't be seeing him for a while after all. We need to make sure Tomitake-san also enjoys tonight.
When Reina smiled, the mood instantly got brighter. That's true. I think I'll do just that.
Hey Michan, how about it? Can we let Tomitake-san in our club activities?
That's a great idea. Or so I thought, but Mion had a snobbish look on her face.
One of the requirements for membership is resident in Hinamizawa, you see.
Come on, Michan, just for today. Don't be mean.
Well, he does come around often every year. I'll make him an honorary citizen.
Whoa, yeah.
Now then, I wonder if this aged fellow, well past his prime, will be a match for me. Let's have him show us the wisdom of a mature adult.
Can you keep up with us young'uns? Tomitake-san stepped back slightly at our audacious grins.
I, Mion Sonozaki, club president, do hereby authorize honorary citizen Tomitake-san entry into our club.
Her words were quickly drowned out by her cheers. What do you mean by club? What our club does, you see, in order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities with various rules. Sometimes they are in your favor, and sometimes they work against you.
I'm pretty weak, so I'd prefer you not single me out. Let's try to get along.
If you wish to mock our childish games, then this will be the perfect opportunity.
We'll leave you with nothing. We won't even leave the hairs on your butt.
So, it's a club where we play games together.
Of course, Rika-chan was the only one to give an answer that made sense. Alright, just what I wanted. I'll take you up on that challenge. Don't be too rough on me, my mentors. Tomitake-san got riled up and did a victory pose while he was 10 years younger. Like he was 10 years younger. That's perfect. We continued walking through the festival with Mion in the front. Now we look like a family of 6. It had some intensity to it.
Same rules as always. The loser will, of course, be subject to penalty.
Tomitake-san was a bit surprised, but to us it was just the same as always. Regardless of how terrible the penalty was,
Just don't lose.
Reina was also brimming with determination. She didn't have any intention of losing. That's true. I tousled Reina's hair to lighten the mood. She giggled to hide her embarrassment. I see. This is what it means to feel like a kid again. Tomitake-san whispered that to nobody in particular. At that moment, we heard an old man call out in a strong voice. Looking over, I realized it was the man Mion had greeted right before the festival.
You're here, little Miss Sonozaki. Seems you brought quite the crowd.
We came to eradicate your entire stall.
His stall was a shooting gallery. It was the usual setup where you had to knock down the prize you wanted with a court gun.
The rules are simple. 3 shots. The winner is whoever gets the biggest prize.
Everybody shouted their agreement. There was no need to consider how to win since the condition for victory was simply size. The biggest prize at the stall, it went without question. It was that one, wasn't it?
Whoa, that teddy bear. Shoot.
Reina was gazing longingly at the large stuffed animal. It was intentionally placed on an unsteady platform so it was possible to get it if you hit the right spot. It's magnificently set up to make someone think that.
Not bad, Keiji-san. I figured you would see through the stare instantly.
The most logical course of action would be to aim for some candy or a doll. The intent analysis had already begun. In this club, you'll get eaten alive if you don't come prepared. Everything hinges on what plan you can come up with before the main event. At some point, a large crowd had gathered around us, making a big fuss. There was this much of a following for our club's infamous event?
Knocking that bear down ensures a win.
Only 3 shots. To use them all or just trying, that'd be rough.
Hey, I have other customers waiting, you know. Who's up first?
The first one has the advantage of being able to aim for the easier prizes, but it's dangerous to compete without knowing the gun's quirks. Tomitake-san's take on the situation was pretty good. He gets what our club is about.
Well then, to be fair, how about using rock, paper, scissors to decide? How about it?
That's really the only way. Rock, paper, scissors.
After a couple of matches, it ended up with Mion being first.
I didn't want to end up first. Well, I'll just think of it as a handicap. France, done.
Here you go.
When the shooting range guy handed her a rifle, Mion looked it over intently. She didn't forget to check the cork bullet either.
Okay. The stone is brand new, isn't it? No faults? Not bad.
Mion raised the gun in one swift motion. It was completely different from her careful inspection. She was shooting from the hip. Fire. Reload. Fire. Reload. Fire. Flop. Flop, flop. 3 candy boxes fell one after the other. A big haul. The crowd paused in a moment of awe and then erupted in cheers. Woo! Yeah! What's up? Woo! You did it! Yeah! Awesome! Cool! Good job! Woo!
That was quite good.
Tomitake-san was at a loss for words after seeing such shooting prowess.
That's amazing, Michan. 3.
Her accuracy was incredible. Her choice of targets wasn't bad either. The 3 Mion had gone after were fairly large and pretty easy to knock over. They were all targets with very high return on investment.
Who's up next? Satoko? Careful, the bullets are light.
Next was Satoko. The rifle looked a bit big for her little body, lithe body, but it didn't seem like she had any problem with the weight.
Of course, I shall aim for the grand prize.
She proclaimed that she proclaimed that she was going after the teddy bear. Damn, Satoko, such a bold move.
The moment she knocks it over, she's guaranteed to be in first. Good luck, Satoko-chan.
Oh, I think I fucked up on which voice that was, but whatever. Satoko was the opposite of Mion. She aimed at the target quite carefully and squeezed the trigger.
Ugh, these bullets are too light.
The first 2 bullets stuck the bear in the torso, but it only shifted a bit. You need to aim higher towards the head or it won't work. Satoko's 3rd bullet wasn't aimed at the bear, but at the candy box below its arm.
I hate to say it, but it appears the bear is just too much for me.
She went boldly after the big catch, but since she switched over to less impressive prey at the last second, the crowd only gave a strained laugh. They were laughing because she lacked... Were they laughing because she lacked the courage? Those fools know nothing.
A fine attempt, Satoko. You've gotten better.
The palm of Mion's outstretched hand went pump as it tapped down lightly on Satoko. She appeared to just be talking hot air, but this was actually completely calculated. Damn that Satoko. Just to avoid being in last place, she dared to switch over to an easy target without shame or honor. Magnificent.
I'll allow you to take the bear, Reina-san. I pray for your victory.
Okay. Thanks so much, Satoko-chan. Mr. Bear's so cute.
Reina was up next. She couldn't hit the broadside of a barn as regular Reina, but she said that bear was cute. I wonder how Reina-chan will do. I hope she's able to hit at least one. You're underestimating Reina, Tomitake-san. It's Reina, you know? It's Reina Ryugu, you know? If it was to get that teddy bear. What? Smattering of people. Tomitake-san wheeled around to see what all the commotion of the spectators were making was about. If it was to get that bear, she'd be able to shoot through a pinhole. The one known as Reina Ryugu could do it.
She says shaking, it's shaking, cute.
Reina couldn't hide her excitement over the bear's slow rocking. Now Reina couldn't lose.
Not bad, Reina-san. The less collected you become,
The stronger you get. Whoa, big cheer. Another big cheer. Reina's bullet hit the bear's forehead again. Not enough. The bear seemed to wobble more than before.
But it might not be possible.
You never know. With Reina-chan's skill, it might be. While Tomitake-san was just as excited as the crowd, Rika-chan's analysis was not swayed by emotion. If Reina had 10 more shots, then she could surely knock it over. But with just one more, no matter how you looked at it, no go. Wow.
Whoa.
The crowd let out a dejected groan. She had shot it right at the forehead 3 times. It was a bit late, but they gave her a good round of applause for the attempt.
Mr. Bear, take him home.
She should be praised for her valor, but she had no trophies to show for it. Then, at that moment, the old man flicked one of the candy boxes with his finger and handed it to Reina.
This is for you, little lady.
Huh? You're giving this to me?
The gods wouldn't forgive me if I let you go home empty-handed after such a display.
There was another shower of applause. Reina turned bright red and I pulled her back over to us by her hand. You did a good job. Your cute mode really surprised me.
I really wanted Mr. Bear. Why?
It was easy to see that it only needed a little more to be knocked over. Reina had done quite a lot for me. I still needed to pay her back for that delicious picnic. All right, then I'll get it and give it to you. What? Huh? Tomitake-san had stolen the words right out of my mouth.
Okay. Please, Tomitake-san. Good luck.
Damn you, old man Tomitake. Stealing the good parts for yourself. A small hand stretched over and fell gently on my head just before I was overcome with frustration.
You keep on fighting too, Keiichi, okay?
Tomitake-san carefully studied the bear. Setting his sights, he shouldered the rifle while holding the other 2 shots in his hand. Why is he doing that?
Yes, no doubt. Tomitake-san is aiming for...
What? The time between shots was short. It was meaningless to shoot again once it stopped shaking. So Tomitake-san was relying on a rapid fire to win the battle. It was visibly wobbling much more than it had before. But that was all. It still didn't fall over.
Too bad.
All of Reina's momentary expectation from watching it sway violently turned into dejected sigh. I really thought that would work.
It seems that since you're a man, you will not be receiving any candy.
That was it. It meant Tomitake-san had no spoils of war.
So both Kei-chan and Rika-chan can just shoot down for sure. Easy prize and avoid being dead last.
Avoid being the loser, huh? Oh, sorry about that. It's your turn next, Keiji-kun. Best of luck. I was the 5th shooter. I took the rifle from Tomitake-san. If I took the ruthless route, as Mion had suggested, then I'd go for something insignificant. Except, when I picked up the rifle, I definitely got a feeling from it. It was burning passion, passed down to me by Tomitake-san. The regret of not being man enough to fell the bear that Reina wanted. Yes, that's right. If I didn't aim for the bear, then I wouldn't be a man. After all, that was a promise to Reina.
Huh? What? Promise? What?
to shoot down that bear. Then give it to Reina. That one.
Oh, you mean the...
The crowd went wild when they saw our conversation. Woo, yeah, woo, yeah, so, go on, Isha, son, what you got? That's me moving my voice up and down to simulate other people. I don't. Is there a crowd voice change? I don't think there's one. I don't think I can symbolize it. Oh crap. Sorry. Scrolling apparently does this. Anyway. That's not it. Fine men of the crowd. If I didn't do this, then Reina might mug the old man running the stall on his way home. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. Why can't I just express my honest feelings?
Keiichi-san surely talks the talk, but how do you actually intend to bring down the bear? Reina and Tomitake-san's chefs did make it tilt a bit, but I think finishing the job will be difficult.
Keiichi-kun.
If only there was some way to shoot faster. I'll be able to pile more power on the sway from each hit.
Good luck, Keiichi-kun.
After taking 2 deep breaths, I shouted over to the guy. 2 more rifles. Huh? The crowd murmured amongst themselves.
I wonder what Keiichi-san is up to. One person can't handle 3 rifles at once.
I get it. Nice thinking, Kei-chan.
Mion was able to figure it out magnificently. Basically, what was taking the most time was reloading the shot.
That's right. Then, by putting 3 preloaded rifles next to each other.
Tomitake-san went silent, peering at me and the bear through his lens. His photographer's blood predicted a miracle would occur. And then the crowd finally picked up on what I was planning. They let out a great cheer. They chanted my name, Keiichi. Rapid fire is the key. If I miss, this is all for naught. Yeah. After letting out a deep breath, I paused. Relax. Now! Misses every shot. That moment, it felt like time itself had stopped. I felt like I could see the trajectory of the bullets. Hit it, and knock it down. The first shot hit the bear on its head. The second, the third. The bear swayed hard, and then...
Yeah.
Everybody's going crazy. The cheers began before the stuffed animal even finished falling off the shelf. The guy caught it before it hit the ground and tossed it over to me.
You actually knocked it over. You got me.
Amazing. Congratulations, Keiichi-kun.
Keiichi-san has finally learned how to use his head. I see you in a slightly better light now.
I didn't do it all by myself. Everyone hit it, and those small bits together brought it down. This trophy belongs to all of us.
Right. This is from all of us working together.
We didn't hit it a single time.
Eh,
After holding up the teddy bear like it was a championship trophy, I handed it to Reina. Here, this is from me. No, from everyone. Thanks for always making our delicious lunches. Reina, thinking she was never actually going to get it, was momentarily speechless.
I can't. Keiichi-kun. This is everyone's, after all. Huh?
In that case, I was the one who knocked it down. And it's mine. It's mine, so I'm giving it to Reina. I pushed the stuffed animal towards her again. This time, she embraced and accepted it. You've watched out for me ever since I moved here, after all. I'm really grateful, you see. Thanks a lot.
Keiichi-kan, thanks so much.
Reina dove at me. Mion told me a few days later that Reina kissed me, but I didn't realize it during all the excitement at the time. I remembered what I was trying to say to Tometake-san earlier. There really isn't much of anything here, but there's a lot of things you can find anywhere else. I gained a lot from coming to Hinamizawa, especially at that moment. The crowds cheered and the crowd's cheer... Oh my god. The crowd's cheers echoed on and on. From the altar set up in front of the shrine, the drums sounded with a booming echo. It was the finale of the festival.
I'll be going off ahead then.
Uh-oh. I need to go and get myself a good spot, too. Well, then everyone, see you in a bit. Both Rika-chan and Tometake-san gave their farewells and disappeared into the crowd.
I wish both of you the best in your endeavors. Now, shall we be off?
Yeah, might as well go see Rika-chan's charming figure. Let's go.
Yeah. Where's Reina? What are you doing?
Keiichi-kan, me-chan, save me.
She was carrying such a ridiculously large stuffed animal, she was being carried by the flow of people. What is she doing? She must have her hands full taking care of that bear.
So I'll leave Reina in your care, Nathan. I have my hands full taking care of Satoko.
Who would have to be looked after by you, Mion-san? Ouch! Please don't pull my arm.
Before losing sight of Mion, I grabbed the back of Reina's collar.
Keiichi-kan, not there. Don't grab me there.
Always so bossy. Where can I grab then?
Uh,
I didn't feel ashamed at all. Reina was ashamed enough for the both of us. I grabbed onto Reina's hand and dashed after Mion and the others. We're gonna be late. Let's hurry up.
Yeah.
I hadn't realized Reina's hand was so delicate. Maybe she needed a bit more exercise and nutrition? That wasn't what I meant, not at all. My ears burned. I tried to keep calm. I repeated the phrase, "Keep it together, Keiichi Maibara," in my mind, but it didn't look like I would be able to anytime soon. I really didn't want Reina to see my face right then, so I pushed onwards, dragging her along without looking back even once. There was already a huge group of people gathered in the altar in front of the shrine. The fire at the altar made it as bright as midday and just as hot. There was a pile of futons warded with sanctified rope in front of the altar. Come to think of it, they did say it was a festival where they did something with the cotton and futons.
Keiichi-san, Reina-san, they're over here.
Satoko waved her hand from the front row. Sorry. Making our way through the mass of people, we reached the spot they'd saved.
How was it? Were you able to have a little bit of excitement with Reina?
You punk. So that's what your plan was. Instead of replying, Mion gave us a perverse grin.
How was it, Reina? Was Kei-chan's hand bigger than you thought it would be?
Reina turned bright red, puffs of steam shooting out of her. I heard something slice through the air and turned around to see Mion on the ground with a welt on her face. Mion, when were you hit?
Between the heart and of her hug, I think.
Reina, it's not good to punch your friends to hide your embarrassment.
I didn't hit her. Whatever.
Thump. The thunderous beat of the drum echoed, silencing the crowd. You
must all be quiet. It's beginning.
It was a solemn ritual. Rika-chan entered dressed as a shrine maiden, followed by the members of the municipal committee. The elders all looked at Rika-chan and clasped their hands in praise. The only thing allowed to disturb the profound silence was the flash from Tomitake-san's camera. What's the big thing Rika-chan is holding?
A hoe that's used for this festival. It's a sacred farming tool that only the shrine maiden may touch.
It was an awkward shape for a piece of farm equipment, not uncommon for something used in rituals. After reciting a Shinto prayer, Rika-chan approached the pile of futons gathered at the altar. She swung the hoe skillfully, plopping it into the futons. Each and every little movement of this performance probably had to be done in a certain way. Without a doubt, this was a ritual. What's next? Airing out the futons?
She's purifying the futons, which sacrificially absorbed winter's illnesses to those using them. For those using them.
So when K-chan said airing out futons, he wasn't completely wrong.
Rika-chan's face was already dripping with sweat. That hoe was probably really heavy. She staggered side to side with the momentum of each swing. Satoko looked on, silently lending her support. Worried?
Rika practice every single day with Mochi Hammer. She'll certainly prevent.
Satoko's hands were sweaty, and whenever Rika-chan started to sway a little, she held her breath. Why wasn't Mion a candidate to be the Shrine Maiden? It feels wrong, having Rika-chan swing around something so heavy.
I'd do it if they asked me, you know. And, well, it's not something just anyone could do.
That's true. Shrine Maidens need to be pure, after all. Ugh. Mion drove her elbow into my side. With the thud of the big drum, not Mion. The hell? Rika-chan gave a solemn bow and descended from the altar. That triggered a round of generous applause. After the Shinto priest had raised up the cleansed futons like a portable altar, all the spectators stood up. Following after the priests, we all marched on that moderate pace. At that moderate pace. They descended the shrine's giant stairs in a line. What's happening now? Washing the futons in the river?
Watanagashi means setting cotton adrift, you know.
The precision continued right up into the bank of the stream. A fire was stoked high, and it was bright as day here, too. People started crowding around and clamoring.
Alright, get in line. Line up, Keiichi-kun.
I wondered what was up. Maybe we'd get some holy wine? Red and white bean buns?
It's not food. I said it was cotton.
Ah, but of course. They didn't call it the Watanagashi for nothing. I finally understood. The municipal committee members pulled out the cotton from inside the futons and balled it up like mochi, handing it out to people. Reina dove into the line and brought out some for me as well. We then proceeded to the bank of the stream.
Since it's your first time, Keiichi-kun, just tell me what I do.
She held the cotton in her right hand and, waving her hand as if to purify it, she touched it to her forehead, chest, navel, and both thighs.
You do this 3 times and silently give thanks to Oyashiro-sama.
Oyashiro-sama? What's that? The name of the shrine's god?
Yes, it's the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. It brings both miracles and curses. so you must be sure to show respect.
That sounds like a pretty frightening god. But, well, when in Rome. I was officially a resident of Hinamizawa now, after all. Doing as Reina showed me, I touched the cotton over myself 3 times. Thank you, Oyashimaru. Oh, what the fuck? I can't read Japanese names, I guess. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama.
This way, all the evil that possesses you is sucked out of by the cotton. Then you let it gently drift away on the stream, and you're done.
Together, Reina and I set our pieces of cotton afloat on the surface of the water. The flowers of cotton blooming in the water had sucked out all the bad illnesses from Hinamizawa and drifted off, disappearing into the distance. It was wonderful, like those floating lantern festivals I'd seen on TV. The best part, though, was feeling like this rite of passage had made me a true resident of Hinamizawa. Is that it? Is that it for this? Oh gosh. At first I was a bit anxious. Hurting someone was something I'd never even considered. Nevertheless, the anxiety gave a place to loneliness, doubt, and more. And then that wicked murderous intent eventually took control of my mind. A boy took the first step towards an unrecoverable daily life, not even realizing that he was walking into the abyss. A tragedy born from desire to believe. Are those tears of repentance or tears of resentment? What? That was weird, a little confused, but okay. While staring off into the stream, I somehow got separated from Reina. I wasn't very lonely, though. I know this place now. This is where I live, my home. It's probably better if I just stay here instead of wandering around aimlessly. Someone would surely find me while I was enjoying the evening breeze. I heard a familiar voice. It was Tomitake-san's. I headed towards it. How did it go, Tomitake-san? Were you able to get some good shots? Yeah, fortunately. Tomitake-san was with a girl. I felt a little like I was intruding. How was it, Keiichi-kun? Did you enjoy the festival? From the way she spoke, it seemed like she was a resident of Hinamizawa. I really should try harder to remember people's faces. What was her name? Well, it was fun. My face must have given away how desperately I was trying to remember her name, because she gave a lighthearted chuckle. It's probably because it hasn't been long since you moved here. It's probably hard to believe, seeing how friendly you've gotten with the other kids. If that's how it looked, it was probably all thanks to Reina and Mion. Perhaps you feel more like a resident of Hinamizawa after taking part in the festival today. I wonder about that. Oh, it's not like you. I had tried to get used to Hinamizawa, but there's still plenty of things I didn't know. The faces of people I'd met, for example. Things that had happened in the past as well. Oh, you're feeling left out because of something like that? It's not so much as feeling left out. It's just, I'm not sure how to say it. The incident at the dam construction site. The fighting over it and other conflicts. That terrible incident they pretended they didn't even know about whenever I brought it up. Even though it was in the past, as someone living in Hinamizawa, it wasn't wrong to want to know about both the good and bad that had happened here. If it'll put you at ease, then I'll tell you everything I know. Tomitake-san's smile made me more relieved than I'd ever been. It was hard to think of what to ask when someone said, "Ask me anything," though. Even when there was so much I wanted to ask. Then, could you tell me what happened when the dam was being constructed? There was a big incident where Hinamizawa was going to be submerged, right? I think the locals would be more knowledgeable about the dam than I am. Well, if you don't mind, I'll tell you what I know. It's only what I read in the papers, though. Tomitake-san's eyes entered an unfocused gaze as he searched through his memory. Then he spoke. The decision to start the dam project was finalized 7 or 8 years ago. I heard it was the next largest project after the one in Kurobe. There were 3 major issues in Japan at that time: improving inter-island transportation infrastructure, meeting the higher demand for electricity, and flood control. There was a boom of dam building due to the massive economic stimulus they provided on top of generating electricity and flood control. Hinamizawa had the right conditions to support dam construction, so it was singled out. The dam reservoir would have covered quite a lot of ground when it was completed. The entire area, right up to Yagochi Waste upstream, would be underwater. But why did they have to pick a populated area like Hinamizawa? Couldn't they have instead picked a place where nobody lived? I'm not really sure why, but I heard that it was just the right terrain for building a dam. Of course, there was protests here in Hinamizawa. Rika-chan had said that they had fought. From that choice of words, I had to guess things had turned violent. There was a trial, and it was even brought up before the National Diet. It was covered in the Tokyo newspapers, too. Mion had told me all about that as well. I'm sure every resident of Hinamizawa had united to fight together. The feeling of solidarity found here, which could not be expressed properly with mere words, was likely brought about by that battle. As a result, bribery and scandals were brought to light. As things got more and more complicated, they eventually halted construction. If I wanted to know, now was my only chance to ask. It was certainly a bizarre incident that boys my age would be curious about. I felt a little shame from the fact I was petty enough to have my curiosity piqued by Reina and Mion's refusal to talk about the event. But I figured I might as well ask since I had the chance, just so I would stop thinking about it so much. So, there was a dismemberment, right? There was. I happened to be here in Hinamizawa at the time, so I remember it well. Tomitake-san's answer was nonchalant in contrast to my hesitantly forced-out question. It was about this time, 4 years ago. It was the day of the Watanagashi, if I recall correctly. Debate on whether to continue construction on the dam was in disarray. Scandal after scandal rocked the project near the end. The incident was the final nail in the coffin for the dam project. A fight at the dam construction site ended in the victim being murdered. Fearing prosecution, the 6 assailants divided the remains into 6 pieces and hid each one. 5 of the 6 criminals turned themselves in out of guilt, but 1 was still on the run. The arm he'd hidden had yet to be found. The major details lined up with what was in the tabloid I'd read earlier. It certainly was a tragic incident, but it wasn't so terrible that Reina and Mion needed to hide it from me. I guess they didn't want someone who just moved here to have a negative impression of Hinamizawa. I felt grateful for having friends who worried so much about me, as well as shame for still being so interested in it. It was near the end of all the trouble with the dam, you see, so everyone was saying that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. Oyashiro-sama's curse? Huh. Oyashiro-sama was the name of the god at the shrine that held the festival today, if I recalled correctly. I see. Their guardian deity rained divine punishment down on the evil dam construction for trying to flood Hinamizawa. Apparently, the younger ones didn't think so, but it seems the elderly in the village never doubted that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman with Tomitake-san chuckled mischievously. Tomitake-san began laughing with her. It was so infectious, I ended up laughing as well. But I wonder about now. There are quite a few, I think, amongst the youth too. A few what? People who believe in Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman's lips were still curled into a smile, but her expression turned stern. Then, after that, it continued every year, always around this time. Continued? What continued? Tomitake-san paused for a second as if to build some suspense. Then he whispered to me as if someone might have been listening. Every year, on the day of the Watanagashi, somebody dies. The year following the dismemberment, on the day of the Watanagashi, a man from Hinamizawa who had supported the dam fell off a cliff overlooking some rapids and died while he was on vacation. Speaking of his wife, unfortunately her body was also never recovered. He supported the dam construction even though he lived in Hinamizawa. At the time, there were whispers amongst the elderly saying it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman chuckled mischievously again. Then, the next year, the night of the Watanagashi, the shrine's Shinto priest died suddenly from an unknown illness. His wife drowned herself in the bog that night. The shrine's Shinto priest? You mean he was from the shrine here? The woman nodded. There was a rumor amongst the villagers that they weren't able to quell Oyashiro-sama's anger. Then, the year after that, again on the night of the Watanagashi, they discovered the battered body of a local housewife. Housewife? Up until now, all these mysterious deaths were people involved with the dam or who had connections with Oyashiro-sama. With that in mind, could the housewife have been involved in some way too? Exactly, the woman stated slyly. No, it was more menacingly. The victim's family, you see, happened to be that of the younger brother of the dam supporter who fell to his death 2 years before. The younger brother is still alive, it seems, but it did bother him quite a bit, so he moved to the neighboring town. For a while, I stood there with my mouth agape. The battle over the dam construction, with Hinamizawa's future at stake, and the murder at the center of it all. That was all I knew, and that was all I wanted to ask about. But that wasn't all there was to the story. Homicide, body disposal, accidental deaths, terminal illness, suicide, fatal beatings. I'm a pretty level-headed person. I don't really want to believe in curses, but the freakish deaths happened every year on the day of the Watanagashi, and all of them were related to the dam construction. It was easy to dismiss each of them as coincidences by themselves, but when you put them all together, dismissing all of them as coincidence would then defy logic. I don't believe in curses, but every single year on the day of the Watanagashi, somebody or something makes it happen, without fail. The woman chuckled again as if she picked up on what I was thinking. It felt like she was saying, maybe there was. Maybe we frightened him. Stuff like that. I felt embarrassed at being read so easily. I pressed Tomitake-san to continue, a bit of impatience and irritation in my voice. Then? So someone died the next year, right? Who was it that time? I wonder, who do you think, Keiichi-kun? The hell? The way he said it didn't agree with me. The sarcastic tone ticked me off. Don't avoid the question. I'm serious here. Hey, calm down, Keiichi-kun. I realized when she tried to calm me down that I had been panicking. We aren't trying to avoid the question, Keiichi-kun. It's just, when you say the next year, that's today. When Tomitake-san hesitated to say it, she finished it for him. I broke into a cold sweat. I really didn't like the direction this was headed. Nobody wants to speak of it, but they all think it's going to happen again tonight. The festival was so cheerful, though. Well, the victim last year, the housewife, she was a non-believer. It turns out she didn't even attend the Watanagashi festival. There was a rumor going around that if you didn't participate in the festival, you would incur Oyashiro-sama's wrath. Didn't you hear anything about this, Keiichi-kun? I never even heard a whisper of that rumor. Then the reason everyone was at the festival was they were afraid of the curse? I figured that must have been the reason. There was a lot more people at the Watanagashi than usual. I guess everyone was just afraid after all of Oyashiro-sama's curse. I couldn't utter a single word. In this modern age, where we've made progress in all scientific fields, shedding light on the unknown and misunderstood, where black and white television had been eradicated and we've sent men to the moon, even with all of our accomplishments, this can exist in modern society? Tons of invitations were sent out to neighboring towns' youth groups to help pad the numbers. But after this string of events, we decided to join. The municipal committee members were complaining about how hard it was to gather participants. Also, the police were treating each case as isolated, but they don't believe they're connected. But apparently, they sent quite a few plainclothes officers for security. It finally began to dawn on me why Reina and Mion were reluctant to talk. If nothing happened during this Watanagashi, everything would have been over with, and I'd be none the wiser. If nothing happened, all would be well. In that case, it would all end up being just crazy talk. I should have just pretended like I knew nothing from the beginning. Then they wouldn't have had to act like nothing happened. And we would have all gotten back to our life as usual. Maybe it was just too much for him after all. The woman ran her fingers through her hair as she sighed. No, it wasn't. Not at all. I tried to act strong, but that just served to emphasize how much the information had unsettled me. After seeing how I looked, Tomitake-san appeared to regret saying anything. Letting out a sigh, he then spoke, forcing an awkward, upbeat demeanor. Keiichi-kun, surely you don't believe in such curses. Well, no. If the causes of all the crimes were unknown, with the perpetrators and their methods all mysteries, then I'd concede the possibility of a curse. But that's not how things are in reality. Police investigators have already uncovered the truth and perpetrators for all the cases. Hearing him say police made me feel a lot better. It was perfect for repelling the word curse. The first one, the dismemberment, for example. I told you, didn't I? All but one of the perpetrators were arrested. It's only a matter of time for the last one. The motive turned out to have been an argument they had while intoxicated. That's no curse. Don't you agree? That was true. Oh, I think that was supposed to be Tomitake-san. Oops. It's screwed up. Not my fault. That was true. If it didn't happen on the day of the Watanagashi, then I wouldn't think it was related to the curse at all. The accidental deaths of the couple who supported the dam is the same. He was in a position that made others hate him. The police made a point of investigating from that angle. They concluded it was an accident, not foul play. But they both happened on the day of the festival, right? Just think about it, Keiichi-kun. Don't you think people with a lot of enemies here at Hinamizawa could participate easily in a local festival? It would be especially hard for them to be around during the Wouldn't it not be? I don't know. It would be especially hard for them to be around during the Watanagashi, so they probably left Hinamizawa intentionally around this time of year to travel, don't you think? It wasn't a very clear explanation, but I sort of understood what Tomitake-san was getting at. Oop. Sorry. Thought I saw the stream acting weird. Am I still live? I think I am. I think I look good. Sweet. Weird. Alright, there's just like buffering on my side. Don't worry about it. I'll be right back. I'll get back to it in a second. Just pulling up all my stuff again. Weird. Anyway. Apologies. So I pressed on earnestly, asking more questions so that I could convince myself. Then, Tometake-san, what about the priest who died after that? The one with the unknown illness? That also happened on the day of the festival. Live is perfect for me. I see nothing wrong. Okay, thank you. It's even easier to explain what happened to the Shinto priest. Though Watanagashi is a really big event that happens once a year. It was probably from all the built-up stress. Or it may have been because of a pre-existing condition. But it was an unknown illness. It's hard to believe such a thing could exist with all our advances in medicine. It's just an exaggeration. Rumors making rumors. Anyone would get worked up over having incidents happen 2 years in a row. The sudden death is quite unnatural, though. Of course, the police ordered an autopsy because of the strange way he died, but there wasn't enough for them to open a full investigation, you know? Turns out that it was just a sudden death due to illness. The priest's wife committed suicide, correct? What about that? I believe I already explained that. Everyone was shaken up by the incidents happening for a third year. Those who were of strong faith were quickly to believe that it was the work of a curse. Of course, that included the priest's wife. Apparently they found a suicide note that said something like, "My death will quell Oyashiro-sama's anger." Well, then how about the next incident, the housewife? What happened on the day of the Watanagashi? That happened on the day of the Watanagashi, too. The perpetrator has already been caught and the case has been closed. Turns out it was just some nut job trying to continue the legacy of Hinamizawa curse. Then, what about the incident the next year? Oh yeah. This year is the next year. Tomitake-san gave a hearty laugh. Nothing will happen, not this year. There was never a curse to begin with. It's just a group of people who believed it was the explanation of a string of coincidences. My internal computer finally got itself back on track. I felt a bit embarrassed by how childish I'd become after losing control and panicking. I can see very clearly now that Keiichi-kun really does love Hinamizawa. Even if Oyashiro-sama's curse actually did exist, I can't imagine Keiichi-kun would become a target. I felt very relieved. I should probably just forget everything I heard tonight. I'll greet Reina and Mion tomorrow with the same smile as always. They'd probably also like tonight to end without incident, so they can continue on tomorrow without having worried me. Perhaps seeing my change in attitude, the woman who had been listening in stretched as she got up from the rocks she was sitting on. Well then, I should be getting back. Thank goodness, I think I may have gone on a bit too long. Jeez, goodness, I think I may have gone on a bit too long. There were so few people compared to the crowd from before. I could only make out a few groups of families enjoying the cool evening air. I looked at my watch. It seemed we talked for the better part of an hour. Didn't you come along with your friends, Keiichi-kun? Not going to look for them? Oh, yeah. They might all be looking for me. You're quite the scoundrel making the girls look for you. You see ya, Keiichi-kun. Have a nice night. You too, Jiro-san. I'll see you a bit later. Tomitake-san seems to be quite the scoundrel himself. So his name is Jiro. After dusting off her backside, she disappeared into the crowd of people, still busy cleaning up the shrine grounds.
Keiichi-kun, so sorry.
In her place, Reina came running over. I could see all the others behind her. Speak of the devil.
My bad, Kate-man. We got so caught up in our discussion.
I'd completely forgotten about them while caught up in my own conversation, so, I mean, we were even.
Yeah, so Tomitake-san was with you. This works out perfectly.
You still need to settle the shooting gallery competition.
Ah, that's right. So I guess I'm gonna end up dead last. Gonna end up dead is more like it. I'm sorry. Sorry. In the end, after my dramatic victory, Rika-chan was the last challenger, but there weren't many targets left. The ones remaining were all tiny and difficult to hit. She did take her time and aim, but all 3 shots completely missed. She was to end up sharing the loser's crown with Tomitake-san. However, she did her little meeping cry in front of the owner, and he turned mush. Jesus Christ. And he turned to mush instantly. She was given a pack of gum as a consolation prize. Her methods were a bit audacious, but she did avoid being the loser rather magnificently. Come to think of it, Rika-chan is quite the trickster.
I have no idea what Keiichi is talking about.
Well then, it's decided that Tomitake-san is dead last.
Everyone cheered and applauded. Tomitake-san smiled wryly, slightly bewildered.
So, Tomitake-san, are you ready? Penalty time.
Huh? Oh, I completely forgot about that. You're too naive, Tomitake-san. This is why you've got to avoid losing in our club. Mion pulled a felt-tip marker from her pocket. Oh, it's that. Show him some mercy, Mion. At least use a washable marker. Permanent one is too harsh.
It just has to be permanent. Water-based marker would come off in the laundry.
Whoa, what is this? Please take it easy on me. All of us pinned his arms behind his back, and Mion approached him with a marker in one hand.
And swit.
But she didn't write on Tomitake-san's face. She wrote on the shirt he was wearing. You'd better have your big break this year, Mion. Reina looked up. Reina took the... Oh my god, I'm losing it, guys. Reina took up the marker next. Show me your photos next time, okay? Reina. It was a little heartwarming, and I just had to laugh. This is more like a farewell card than a penalty.
So I'm not as soft as the rest. I'll make sure this is a proper penalty.
Ha, dead last, Satoko. Try harder next time, Rika.
There you go, Keiichi-san.
I couldn't decide what to write, but based on what kind of penalty this was probably the most appropriate, excuse me. Come back and play again, Keiichi. Tomitake-san was silent the entire time. At first he was quite bewildered, but now he had a different look on his face. So I have to wear this all the way back to Tokyo as part of the penalty?
Of course, you'd better wear it all the way home.
Hahaha, you can wear it when you come back. It would be nice.
He appeared deeply moved. Embarrassed mixed with a wealth of other emotions made him turn a bright red. Understood. I'll wear this next time I come here, I promise. Everyone cheered and applauded. It was the finest parting gift possible for a buddy heading out tonight. I saw the woman who was with Tomitake-san standing near the festival grounds. It seemed Tomitake-san noticed her too and knew it was time to leave.
Seems like your guest is waiting. Isn't it about time?
Yeah, that's certainly how it seems. Tomitake-san headed off towards her. Tomitake-san headed off towards her and seemed to apologize for making her wait. We all shouted stuff at Tomitake-san, Each time we did, he looked back and waved his hand. Eventually, he faded into the darkness of the night, out of sight. It was quite the casual farewell. This wasn't the first time any of us had seen someone off. They had done the same thing many times before.
He's gone.
Well, it's about time we take off too.
Rika-chan had to stay behind with the other committee members since they were having a meeting. Satoko was tagging along with her. I headed back home with the usual suspects. The walk back was quite lively, with talk of the day's war stories. Should have done this, should have done that kind of thing. Reina and I parted ways with Mion, and then it was just the two of us. Then we got to my house, and I parted ways with Reina as well. It's already pretty late. Are you all right by yourself?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. It's close. I'm going to run, too.
If you run into some weirdo, just yell.
If I do shout, will you come and save me, maybe? Maybe?
If I hear you.
Nah. Okay. I'll scream loud enough so you can hear me.
Merrily spinning her arms around at high speed, Reina dashed off. She was fine. In that mode, not even an adult could stand against her. Reina's cheerful presence disappeared, and it finally became quiet again. The curse that not a soul mentioned, even under their breath. The more I learned about it tonight, the more unsettling it became. It didn't show any of their faces, but oh my gosh. It didn't show on any of their faces, but they were probably all quite concerned about it as well. But if nothing happens tonight, then it all ends up being just crazy talk. Nothing will happen. Nothing bad. Nothing at all. What's wrong, Keiichi? Why are you standing in a place like that? Come inside. You'll catch a cold. It was my mom. Did you go, Mom? To the Watanagashi festival? In the end, your father didn't wake up, so I missed it. It's a little disappointing. Mom stuck her tongue out with a bit of an embarrassed look on her face. Is that it? It is. Oh my, the housewife murder. Jeez, look at all that. That's some, look at that. So ominous. So ominous. Okay, I'll boot myself back into existence. Boop. There we go. Sweet. All right. Well. Whew. That's... Huh. All right. I don't know how much is left. Probably not much, right? I don't think there can't be much left. I feel like the next time I do this, we'll probably finish chapter 1 here. I think. Maybe. Hopefully. I'm liking it. The story is getting really... It's getting there. I'm saving it real quick, by the way. You're not missing anything. Save. Yes. Okay, great. Yeah, I think it's got to be getting pretty close. It's got to be. Whatever. If it's not, I don't care. We'll keep going as long as it takes, but yeah. So, yeah, we learned a lot about that. There's a curse, potentially. Somebody might die. Somebody might already be dead. You know, we don't know. That's crazy, but something nefarious could be going on. Guess we'll find out next time, but all right. Okay, good. I don't know. There's not much else to really say. I guess I'll just thank everybody who came by, and then I'll see you on Thursday, hopefully. So yeah. Ray, as always, thank you for coming by. Carol, I'm so glad that you got to come by. Good to see you again. Kai was here for a little bit. I love FNAF, also here for a moment. Obsy. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Hello and welcome. Thank you for being here. Jackson over on Twitch. Thank you for coming by, and hanging out for a little bit. Kroga as well. Thank you for coming by. And look at the vid I sent in the Discord. I will do. I don't have my phone on me, so I can't. Where the hell did it? Oh no, I do have my phone. I'm stupid. It was hiding. It was hidden from me. Yeah, okay. I'll check it. I'll check it out right after this stream here once I end it. I'll be doing it in the background as the end screen plays. Yeah. Krona. Yeah, Kroga. I said hi to them as well. Kroga. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye. Bye. I'll see you. Goodbye.